So they'll be calling you a radical. This is why I refuse to do interviews for the most part in Utah pathetic media. I've done an interview with every single media outlet in Utah today. Every one of them. They're all over out there. The Tribune, Channel 4's. I didn't even say most of the stuff that's on there. It's pathetic. I mean, so they go to Mark Hadley, head of the DNR. DNR's so corrupt here. I hammered away at the drought. That's what pushed this moose here. Fuck. And you talk to every single person they interviewed, everybody on the campus, people that have been here for decades and decades. They'll say the same thing. There's never been a report of a moose on this freaking campus. Ever in its long. It's been here since 1950. They go through records. Never. So Mark Hadley tries to say, oh, it's mating season, and the big moose in the harem of females throws the oh yeah, there's herds of fucking moose right here. I think he's so fucking stupid. I think he's got elk confused with moose confused with elk. I hike there constantly, as you know. There's tons of videos. That's my canteria back there. And so there's no moose on this side of the mountain. It's rare as rare. You know, oh yeah, there's lots, just not roads. You saw the condition of that DNR guy. You think he's ever hiked there? You looked at him. I don't think so. So you get up way up in there. It's so rare to see a moose up on this side. No, there's not herds of moose, and the big bull didn't chase out the herd of the harem of the freaking, because there are none. It's rare as hell for a moose to be here. The few moose, they're on the other side, on the Snow Basin side. That's where they're at. I grew up here. I've been up through here my whole life. I forgot more than he knows about the ecology. These interviews, what they post is pathetic. It's almost criminal. I mean, I didn't even say half the stuff. They can't spell my name right. It's pathetic. This moose was here because of the drought. There's no water. Not one word of the drought in any of this. And that's all I hammered away. I did make it live on KSL, and they couldn't bleep that out. So, you know, my 5 minutes I crammed in. Boy, did I cram it in there. You know, KSL just called me and says, I said, yeah, I can remember clear back 11 years ago. Remember when you used my videos out there of the starving to death horse? Yeah, that was me. I says, you remember all that after all this? Yeah. Remember you had it on your front page and then you took it down when you found out the rancher that owned was a high-ranking Mormon? Yeah, I do. This moose that was right there, who got killed, I shot the footage of it. The car hit him. I mean, KSL want to talk about how dangerous. The car that hit the moose didn't even do any damage to the car. Never hurt anybody. That's what they want to talk, how deadly the drought. What about the animal? You know, so he was down, so the ranger killed him. Euthanasia, which we don't do that with people, but so, oh God. The DNR is pathetic in this state. Just look up Kerry Gibson. Just Google him. My next door name is the Megadare. Head of the DNR. I just want you to Google that. Just start going through him, and you tell me. He was head of the DNR, which is head of the Environmental Quality Agency. Powerful, but just start doing some homework. That's all. That's all. You know, I even wore my moose jacket here. The Signpost got it right. They did a good piece. But let's get real. Never. You talk to any of the old timers, and I'm one of the old timers. There's never been a moose on this campus, ever. The DNR fish cop tells me right there, oh, yeah, that's because there's no roads there. I'm like, bullshit. I'm up there constantly. You know I hike there constantly for years and years and years and years. I'm up and through there all low through there. I mean, I have videos to prove it. It's rare you see a moose up there. Oh, there's herds of them. Mark Hadley says, yeah, and if you think Mark Hadley's ever went hiking in your life, you're dreaming. There's not herds of elk on this side, or moose. I think he's confused moose with elk. Mating season, and they're running them out. Okay, yeah, there's just herds on they're on the other side. What few this young bull, there's no water. These moose, how does a moose eat? He's a bottom feeder of ponds. They're bottom feeders. That's how they eat and feed. They gotta have water. Not one mention about this acute, epic, insane. God forbid, everything's just normal. Car America. Everything normal. Yeah, moose showing up in the Weber State Pond. Yeah. If that was the case, Mark, and I'm going to send this to Mark Hadley, I want you to, and this is just like I say to the physicists around here and the professors around here, to Mark first. So if that's the case, why doesn't it happen all the time? Why doesn't it happen every year? Why doesn't it? Because if the big bull moose are chasing out the young bulls, why aren't they showing up here every year? It's never happened. This campus has been here since 1950. It's never happened. 71 years, it's never happened. Just like tide pools never collapse because it's all new. It's Fukushima. Okay, I say this to the marine biologists that are mystified puzzles. Can't even mention the word climate change. Can't even mention nuclearism. Can't even. I got Fukushima in on the live one. Boy, did I hammer that in. But let's get real. I want to say this to any of all you deniers that are so-called pathetic. Say this. So, as we know, for every action there's a reaction. That's basic fundamental physics. Yin, yang. I mean, when you're studying quantum physics, it's actually the study can move the study because there's a yin and a yang to everything. There's a, you know, A physics, B physics, unphysics, everything. Everything. For every action, there's a reaction. That's basic fundamental physics. Basic fundamental, the most fundamental. So you're trying to tell me full blown out nuclear meltdowns at Fukushima, Japan. The wannabe Utah emperors have no fucking clothes. You're telling me there's no reaction. It took me a year and a half to convince anybody this is a fucking one meltdown. So you're telling me that there's no reaction. This is the greatest reaction in history. So you're telling me the drought, the Sterling 2011 mega drought, it's all coincidence. We're just going back to the same old narrative. Oh, the big bull moose chased out the young bull moose. Okay, if that's the case, then why has this never happened before? That would happen. If that was the case, this would have happened dozens of times. That's not the case. It's a lie. It's like when the staggering dead eagles are, oh, they just ate the Greeks. It's West Nile. No, it wasn't. You know, they never finished the stories. So, full blown out nuclear meltdowns. It didn't happen Chernobyl, didn't happen Mayak, didn't happen Santa Susana. First time out. So you're denying Einstein's work. Einstein said when we do finally get a meltdown and this genie gets out of the bottle, that it will alter everything, every piece of DNA on every animal, everything. Well, won't humans adapt? What about the animals, he said? Well, humans will adapt in 50 generations. Oh, it's all coincidence. Coincidence doesn't get any science. And the media outlets, Salt Lake Tribune, what a pathetic. Channel 4, pathetic. KSL, I got up live, so I just went. I didn't let them get a word in, that's why I got a whole 5 minutes. All they want to talk about is how dangerous it is for the driver. The driver barely nicked it. Very minimal damage to the car, hardly did anything. Broke the moose's leg. He had a broken leg, he was alive. But had a broken leg, so I was standing right there. So, these are lies. Mark Hadley, I mean, come on, dude. You know better. You know better. You're trying to tell me on the front side of the Wasatch right here, there are herds of moose. They're so rare on this side. Anybody, we all grew up in Ogden. We all know. They're up on the basin side. We all know that. There is shit for moose on this side, especially right here on this freaking knoll. This knoll's hot. You get clear up there to Maylands, which I hike up into Maylands, into that cove, you might see one once in a while, all the way up there. That's where he came down from, all the way. No water. No water. Fucking climate change deniers, drought deniers, where COVID really came from, deniers, to your own death. The KSL, Channel 4, Salt Lake Tribune, freaking wannabe emperors, you got no fucking clothes. It's pathetic. That's why I said fuck them all years ago. You know? The work I've done. Who's the media? My videos. That's what I told him in the one. I said, well, really, who's the media? KSL, you're not the fucking media. Who? Channel 2, you're not the fucking media. Fuck, we all know that. For the YouTube videos, my video was the media that got shot last night. She called me last night. She said, we were ready to put this feel-good fairy tale story on the side, but then we saw your YouTube video. Yeah, there you go. So who is the fucking media on location? I'm the fucking video. I'm the fucking media. Hadley. Almost shut. Well, okay, if that's the case, that's what happened fucking many, many times. Never happened. Fucking tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. All we hear is radio goo goo, radio gaga. Pathetic. Deny it to your own death. For what is hell? A black hole. You're all getting sucked in it for time and eternity. What a bunch of dogma burker, boot licking, nuclear energy bootlickers. Freaking poison the climate, attack your own freaking grandchildren, attack your own bootlickers. Pathetic, pathetic. Stay in tune.